There is a breaking news. The United Nations has once again disgraced Nigeria. When you look at the statement Shetima made on Israel and Palestine, it was a sign that Nigeria does not respect human rights. If you look at the actions of Nigeria on the agitators and other people that are asking, protesters, you know that the country called Nigeria does not respect human rights. Now, Nigeria has been disgraced. Tinubu and Shetima got only 3 votes in the United Nations election because it was seeking to join the United Nations Human Rights Council. They only got 3 votes. Remember, Nigeria was part of the United Nations General Council before. That was 2020 until their tenure expired. Ever since, they have tried as much as they can to lobby to be part of the Human Rights Council. Now, the world powers, they are telling Nigeria and the government of Nigeria that you people don't know what it means to respect the rights of people, the rights to freedom, the rights to speech, the rights to association, the right to determination. Then we are not going to allow you into the United Nations Human Rights Council. This is a rejection and it's a disgrace. Today is not the day to discuss whether Nigeria will last long, because on all fronts, Nigeria is losing its credibility. Nigeria is losing its credibility. And I can tell you for sure that with what is happening, with the lobby that non-state actors are doing, with the protests that people are doing at the International Summit, United Nations General Assembly, the Oduduwa, the Biafra and everybody, with all these things they are doing, it will further tell on the Nigerian state. And Tinubu may be Nigeria's last president. Let me tell you, if you don't understand world politics, they call it geopolitics. Geopolitics, the global politics. There's a global politics, there's a local politics. What you are playing in Nigeria, fuel this, fuel that, this, that, borrow this, borrow that, economy, dollar this, dollar that, that is local politics. There's what they call geopolitics. And geopolitics is one of the reasons why Nigeria would not be voted. They got only 3 votes. Imagine. Countries like Ghana, Burundi, Malawi Ghana got 179 votes, Burundi got 168 votes, and Malawi got 182 votes. Even Cote d'Ivoire got 181 votes, but Nigeria got only 3 votes. Don't you see the handwriting on the wall? Nigeria got only 3 votes at the United Nations General Assembly, the supposed giant of Africa. It tells a lot of things, that Nigeria does not respect fundamental human rights. What Samonepa, what Nnamdi Kanu, what other agitators are doing, it is paying off. Because all these protests you see happening all over the world, you think it's just for play. There is what we call geopolitics, and when you play geopolitics, it pays in the long run. It will be easier for you to now ask for an independent state from the United Nations. So it is now the United Nations that will now call Nigeria to respect the rights of the people without even firing a gun. One of the reasons you see this lobbying is very, very much important when it comes to geopolitics, global politics. And let me tell you, I repeat again, Tinubu might be the last president Nigeria may have, because as it is playing, the world is mapping out 6 regions. 6 regions that is going to come out from the entrapment, this mere geographical expression called Nigeria. 6 regions. And it is the world powers that are going to determine these 6 regions. I'm happy. I'm very happy that we have found out that there's a plan to disintegrate the country, and it is inevitable. Anyone you see that becomes president, APC president, any APC president is a stooge of powers, international powers. Jonathan made a report or said something. He said that it was the United States that won the election for Buhari. When some of us sit down in our little space, we think the world revolves around our parlor or our local government, or your state. You don't know that the world revolves beyond that. If Israel decides to make an attempt on Nigeria, wage a war with Nigeria, they don't need to leave Israel. They need to just send missiles into Nigeria. And every of your Owambe party, every of your Odogu house, every of your rubbish you say up and down will be destroyed within minutes or hours. If you are to play world politics, nations can wipe out nations within a twinkle of an eye. So you need to understand that there's more to what you do locally than what is being determined of you internationally. Every APC president you see is a stooge of an international body or international powers. The Scramble for Africa, if you read that book, if you read that piece, The Scramble for Africa, you see that the people, the colonial powers are still in charge of Africa. They call the shots in Africa. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso president, they attempt to kill him. He has escaped assassination more than 6 times just this year because he decided to play geopolitics and remove itself from the powers that be, the French and United Kingdom. It associated himself. He removed them from his country. Now the country is getting to another unprecedented economic level that nobody can fathom. That means the powers that determine the future of Africa were there until this guy opened his eyes and decided not to be part of that colonialism, neo-colonialism. You might be surprised why we have to go to Chatham House. We have to travel out of the country to meet with some particular persons before we become president. The last time we had a presidential campaign, almost all the candidates went to Chatham House. It seemed as if it was a ritual. You must go to Chatham House before you become president. So there are geopolitical powers that are controlling the affairs, especially in Nigeria. There's an allegation that our president is an asset for these powers. You see, they push this thing at the courts, his case filed at the court, almost getting to a reasonable conclusion that he peddled drug in the United States, that he was convicted of this, he forfeited his property and everything, all those allegations. The FBI refused to reveal the files. They refused to reveal the files. They revealed the one that they wanted to reveal to people. And that files will be one of the reasons why they may be controlling the president. I tell you, this is a dollarized economy. We are not going to get out of it soon. Nothing is going to change. We are going to heed to the dictates of the World Bank. The World Bank is going to put us in bondage because we have people, leaders that have stain, that are corporates, that are criminals, that the West will use against them to control the economy, the political economy of our country. So this plan is also extended to the fact that 6 geopolitical zones are going to come out of the country called Nigeria. Mark this broadcast. I might look like somebody who is not does not know what he's doing, but just mark this broadcast. Tinubu may be Nigeria's last president because more than ever, everyone is resolved to go their different ways. You may be surprised why some things like the Boko Haram and what have you, why some of these people are becoming stronger and stronger by the day. You may be surprised that it has Western influence. It has Western influence. We could liberate ourselves from the shackles of neo-colonialism, but we cannot because we have had leaders that have a, when you commit a crime and the police decide to let you go, but is using that crime you commit to control you. These are the kind of leaders we are having. Buhari, as a president, used our crude oil reserves or crude oil to borrow money up front. use our crude oil reserves to borrow money up front. And this is hidden to the advice of the United Nations. And they're not going to say anything. You'll be surprised that Nigeria, that has one of the largest deposits of crude oil, is finding it difficult to get crude oil at a cheaper price, and it's not readily available to the citizens. I have something in surplus, but I don't have access to it as I'm expected to have. It becomes costly and is destroying. You have so much and you can't show anything for it. You have so much. Even what you are having, you are using it to put yourself into more debt. It is because there are powers that control. So Nigeria has lost his position as a member of the United Nations Human Rights Assembly. This is going to send a message to everybody who supports a government that infringes on the rights of the people. Imagine people going out to protest. You are charging them for treason. Imagine a DSS that can go and walk in anywhere, arrest anybody without warrant, just abuse the rights of human beings, and they have a president. Look at what is happening today. If you are going to protest or oppose the government, they will bring one or two allegations against you and start threatening you. So what do you expect? Do you think that Nigeria will have a place at the United Nations Human Rights Assembly? Look at what's happening to Biafra. Look at what is happening in Imo State, Look at how it is becoming uneasy. Life is becoming unbearable. Youths are randomly picked, killed, and dumped somewhere else. I don't understand. People are afraid to travel to a particular place because of the Nigerian government has decided that it will not release Nnamdi Kanu. It will not give Nnamdi Kanu fair justice. It will not respect the rights, the human rights of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and all allegations, business allegations, will be slammed on Nnamdi Kanu so as to hold him down. I just hope that we don't have issues with the world, especially we don't get in the way of conflicts between Israel, Palestine, Israel, and the Middle East, because it seems to me that we run a Muslim society. It seems to me that we are a Muslim country. When you look at our currency, you see Arabic there. The people that have been ruling and ruling and ruling and are controlling the affairs of Nigeria, most of them have Muslim background. The Fulani, Muslims. The Arab Yorubas, Muslims. Those that are in charge, championing the affairs of Nigeria, mostly are Muslims. And at the end of the day, we are pandering towards Palestine, a terrorist country, which tells us a lot, which I will believe should be one of the reasons why we lost our position. We were there in 2020, but how would we continue when Nigeria does not respect the rights of its citizens? How would we continue when we don't value the sanctity of human life in Nigeria? Look at what's happening in the north. Look at how accusations are flying up and down that the federal government has a hand in the carnage that's happening in the north. People are being killed. Sokoto State, bandits have taken over a local government and they are imposing their whatever government on a different state. And nobody is calling for state of emergency. People are seeing bandits on TikTok doing all sort of giveaway in the territory, in Nigerian territory. I spoke about an Igbo doctor, a lady, Megafu, who was Chisom Megafu, who was being mocked because he got into a train and some people decided not to buy CCTV cameras to be able to monitor the environment that train is going to pass. She got into that place, she was ambushed and killed, and Nigerians were mocking at her death. Nigerians were mocking. This is one of the reasons why Nigeria cannot be a place that respects human rights. Now, if you get to a point whereby you are hitting the government very, very hard, they will come for you because this is not the place. This is not a real place. It's a place of tyranny. Most people use the opportunity, run away from Nigeria and say they are seeking asylum because you can't help it. You need to seek asylum because the government itself does not respect the fundamental human rights of its citizens. Not even to talk of it has provided one of the core responsibilities of the government, which is shelter, which is security, freedom. Nothing has been provided by this government. An average Nigerian provides everything that he needs. An average person, we provide our water, provide our security, we provide we take care of our health. Nothing in particular. The little one we are having subsidy on something that the country has in surplus. Subsidy has been taken away because some past leaders decided to loot the money and speak baby grammar and lie to us, while some people uploaded that lie to make it look like truth. At the end of the day, there's nothing they did after lying to us. They stole all the money and they took it away. Tinubu, respecting the sanctity of human life, cannot probe or try a Buhari who has plunged this nation into deep mess, but they are belonging to a certain confraternity whereby they are beyond probe. They are beyond arrest. Is that a society that you need to allow to be part of the United Nations General Assembly? Is that a place that somebody needs to be should Nigeria got 3 votes? Some people are getting 180, 190, 170, 160. I say Nigeria got 3 votes. It is a disgrace. And these people will come back and start saying all sorts of things, carrying all sorts of propaganda. And they think that Nigeria is going to go beyond what we are seeing now. Tinubu may be Nigeria's last president. United Nations has rejected Nigeria as part of member of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Its actions does not depict of any country that is democratic. Its actions over the years have been undemocratic, mainly with the Biafran agitation and the Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu. How do you explain that you went to Kenya and you did not follow due process and you are lying, manipulating, you are using propaganda, you are lying to people whose eyes are open? Or do you think that when you do some of these things, the world they are not watching? I would like to know the countries that voted for Nigeria. The worlds are not watching. They are watching all the atrocities that the Nigerian government is committing on its people, especially those that want out. They are watching the protest. They are watching how these people steal our money, take it abroad, do all sorts of things. They are watching. Nigeria, as we speak, Nigeria as a country does not have a single refinery. But most people, allegedly, they have refineries. Most Nigerians have refineries out of the country. There was a report about Mobile trying to secure a refinery, I think in Trinidad. Buy a refinery in Trinidad. A government is here. We have 5 refineries, they are not working. Tell us the truth, you're not telling us. Turnaround maintenance, you are spending trillions of naira on turnaround maintenance. A Buhari, Mr. Integrity, with the lies and manipulation, a thief, is being packaged to us as Mr. Integrity. You are telling us that you use trillions, almost 1.2 or 4 trillion to turn around a facility that is non-productive, and you call that man a man of integrity, and you think APC is a place that people need to become or human beings need to belong to? These guys have taken Nigerians for granted. Nigerians are the most impoverished. Their rights, I don't think they have rights in Nigeria, because as we speak now, many people can do anything and walk away with it. You need to use your money. The police is being paid to protect the people, but you need to use your money to pay police to protect you. If you are going to carry an investigation, probably somebody steals your phone or somebody takes your money away. If you are going to approach the police, they will tell you a lot of things that you need to do for them to be able to facilitate what they are going to do for you, because number one, they believe that they are not being well taken care of. They are being paid, but if you want to carry an investigation, you must use money. That's why it's just the rich. It is the rich people that really have the guts, have what it takes to control the police. The police is like Agbero, highest bidder. Somebody that can influence anybody. We met an Agbero chairman, and the Agbero chairman told us that as they are like police. They don't side with anybody. Anybody that can use them for anything, they will pander to that person. And he's made sense with what he said, because he's an educated Agbero. He made sense with what he said. You see what is happening today. You see how everybody If you are going to have an issue with an Hausa man and you go to police station, he's a different person. He has more rights than you. He's more equal than you. He's likely not to be prosecuted. It's likely, because there are some people that have decided that they are not going to respect the rule of law. Look at how court judgments are being thrown up and down. This one come tomorrow, early morning you take court judgment. The next tomorrow you take another one. You confuse this, and the world is watching. The world is watching how the judiciary is being bastardized, electoral bodies bastardized, the ministries bastardized, our institutions are bastardized because we decided to play emotions, bigotry, and ethnicity in running the country, and you expect that shame. See, Nigeria continues to put itself in a place whereby it's going to receive a lot of backlash, disgrace, because Nigeria is no more respected. And as it is, many people are working on the ground to make sure that they dismantle the country from within or from outside. Then there will be a system whereby it's going to work for everybody. Everybody is going to have a say in a country of their choice.